Imagine a land of incredible contrasts. This is Nepal. It lies nestled high in the Himalayas. Great mountains define its northern border. India lies to its south, east and west. China sits to its north. This small nation holds such immense diversity. Its geography shapes the lives of its people. It also influences its long, rich history. A truly remarkable corner of our world. Here the earth seems to reach for the heavens. Mighty peaks like Mount Everest stand tall. They are the highest points on our planet. Below them, deep valleys carve through the landscape. Further south, fertile plains stretch out. This varied terrain creates many different homes. It is a sanctuary for countless species of plants, and of course for many animals too. One can find snow leopards in the high mountains. Rhinoceros roam the lowlands. The people of Nepal are as diverse as its landscapes. They form a vibrant mosaic of cultures. Many different ethnic groups live here, each has its own unique traditions. They speak a multitude of languages and dialects. You can hear these tongues in bustling markets. You hear them in remote mountain villages too. This human variety adds to Nepal's special charm. It is a testament to centuries of migration and settlement. For centuries, Nepal has held a deep allure. It is a land steeped in ancient history. Myths and legends are woven into its fabric. It has long been a spiritual beacon for many. Pilgrims travel here from far and wide. They seek enlightenment in its sacred places. Consider the ancient temples and monasteries. They stand as silent witnesses to time. This nation captivates the heart and the mind. Let us journey far back in time. We travel to an age of myths and legends. This is the era of the Kirat people. They are believed to be among the earliest rulers. They settled in the Kathmandu Valley. This was long before written records were common. Oral traditions tell us of their strength. They tell of their deep connection to this land, a fascinating period to explore. The Kirat people were skilled hunters and herders. They were known for their prowess with bows and arrows. As warriors, they were formidable and brave. They established a kingdom in the fertile valley. For many centuries, their influence was strong. They shaped the early cultural landscape here. Their society was organized under chieftains or kings. They lived in harmony with nature's rhythms. Their legacy is subtle but enduring. Yalambar is a name that echoes from this past. He is remembered as the first Kirat king. Legends connect him to the epic Mahabharata. It is said he even observed the great battle. Such stories blend history with mythology. They give us glimpses into ancient beliefs. The Kirat kings ruled for many generations. Their reign forms a foundational chapter. It is the bedrock of Nepal's long story. Though ancient, the Kirat period left its mark. We see traces in some cultural practices today. Some ethnic groups trace their ancestry to them. The Kirats laid early foundations for society. They adapted to the valley's environment. They created a distinct way of life. Their rule eventually gave way to others, but their spirit remains part of Nepal's soul. It is a whisper from a distant, powerful past. A new chapter began to unfold in Nepal. Around the 3rd or 4th century AD, changes came. The Licchavi dynasty rose to prominence. They are thought to have come from northern India. They brought with them new ideas and skills. This marked a significant shift in the valley. The Licchavis ushered in a remarkable era. It's often called a golden age. Under Licchavi rule, society flourished greatly. Art and architecture reached new heights. Exquisite sculptures were created. Temples were built with great skill. Trade expanded, bringing prosperity to the kingdom. The Kathmandu Valley became a vibrant center. It connected important trade routes across the Himalayas. This period saw remarkable organization and governance. The Licchavis were sophisticated administrators. King Manadeva I was a notable Licchavi ruler. He reigned in the 5th century AD. His inscriptions are among the earliest found. They provide valuable historical information. He is credited with commissioning the Changu Narayan Temple. This temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It stands as a testament to Licchavi artistry. It showcases intricate carvings and religious devotion, a true marvel of its time. The Licchavis also influenced social structures. They are associated with the early development of the caste system. This system organized society into hierarchical groups. Both Hinduism and Buddhism thrived during their reign. They patronized these faiths generously. This fostered a climate of religious creativity. The Licchavi period was truly transformative. It laid strong foundations for Nepal's culture. It shaped its religious and artistic identity. As time moved forward, Nepal entered its medieval period. Around the 12th century, a new dynasty emerged. These were the Malla kings. Their name means wrestler in Sanskrit. They were patrons of art and culture. Their reign would last for over 500 years. This era saw a flowering of unique traditions. It was a time of great artistic achievement. The Mallas left an indelible mark. The Kathmandu Valley, the heartland, saw changes. It was eventually divided among Malla rulers. Three main kingdoms emerged from this. They were Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur. Each city-state had its own royal palace. Each had its own Durbar square. These kingdoms often competed with each other. This rivalry was not always hostile, however. It sometimes spurred artistic and architectural brilliance. Each tried to outdo the others. This period is renowned as a golden age of art. The Malla kings were devout and art-loving. They commissioned magnificent temples and shrines. Intricate wood carvings became a hallmark. Metalwork and stone sculpture also flourished. The Durbar squares in the three cities are stunning. They are filled with palaces and pagodas. They showcase the incredible skill of Newari artisans. These squares are living museums even today. The Malla kings greatly enriched Newari culture. This culture is indigenous to the Kathmandu Valley. They supported literature, music and dance. Many festivals celebrated today have Malla origins. Their patronage created a vibrant cultural scene. However, internal rivalries eventually weakened them. This fragmentation made them vulnerable. By the 18th century, their long rule was nearing its end. A new force was rising. Section 5. The birth of a nation, Prithvi Narayan Shah's unification. In the 18th century, the land we now call Nepal was divided. It was a patchwork of many small principalities. These were known as the Bais and Chaubiz Rajas. They often fought amongst themselves, but, one man had a different vision. He dreamt of a larger, unified kingdom. This vision would dramatically change the region's destiny. It was a bold and ambitious plan. This visionary was Prithvi Narayan Shah. He was the king of Gorkha. Gorkha was a small but ambitious hill state. It lay to the west of the Kathmandu Valley. He ascended the throne in 1743. From a young age, he was determined. He aimed to conquer the wealthy valley kingdoms. He also wanted to create a strong single nation. He believed unification was essential for survival. It would protect against external threats. Prithvi Narayan Shah began his campaign systematically. He built a disciplined and loyal army. His soldiers were known as Gorkhalis. They were renowned for their bravery and skill. He used both military force and diplomacy. He formed strategic alliances when possible. The conquest of the Kathmandu Valley was long. It was a hard-fought struggle. It took over 2 decades of effort. Finally, in 1768-69, he succeeded. With the capture of Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur, a new era began. Prithvi Narayan Shah declared Kathmandu the capital. This marked the birth of modern Nepal. He laid the foundations for the Shah dynasty. This dynasty would rule Nepal for centuries. His teachings, known as the Dibya Upadesh, are famous. They offer guidance on governance and nationalism. He is revered as the unifier of the nation, a pivotal figure in Nepal's history. Section 6. A tapestry of faith, Hinduism and Buddhism in Nepal. Nepal is a land where spirituality breathes in the very air. It is a place of profound religious significance. 2 of the world's great faiths meet here. Hinduism and Buddhism have coexisted for centuries. They have intertwined in remarkable ways. This has created a unique spiritual landscape. It is a testament to tolerance and shared heritage, a truly harmonious blend of beliefs. One cannot speak of spirituality in Nepal without Lumbini. This sacred site lies in the southern plains. It is revered as the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama was born here around 563 BC. He later became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. Lumbini is a major pilgrimage destination. Buddhists from all over the world visit. UNESCO has declared it a World Heritage Site. Its message of peace resonates globally. Hinduism is also deeply woven into the fabric of Nepali life. Countless temples dot the landscape. They range from grand structures to small shrines. Pashupatinath Temple in Kathmandu is paramount. It is one of the holiest sites for Hindus. It is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Deities like Vishnu and Durga are widely worshipped. Colorful festivals mark the Hindu calendar throughout the year. These celebrations are vibrant and joyous. What is truly wonderful is the harmony between these faiths. In Nepal, Hinduism and Buddhism often blend. Many deities are worshipped by followers of both. Some temples are sacred to both traditions. Shared festivals are common occurrences. This syncretism is a hallmark of Nepali culture. It reflects a deep-rooted spirit of acceptance. People live side by side, respecting each other's beliefs. This religious tolerance is an inspiring example. Section 7. The Rana regime and a glimmer of change. After the unification, Nepal faced new internal dynamics. The Shah monarchy continued to reign. However, court politics were often turbulent. Power struggles became quite common. In the mid-19th century, a significant shift occurred. A powerful family rose to prominence. This was the Rana family. Their influence would dominate Nepal for a century. This era brought both stability and stagnation. Jung Bahadur Kunwar was a key figure. He was an ambitious military general. In 1846, following a bloody massacre, he seized power. He declared himself prime minister. He made this position hereditary within his family. The Shah kings became largely figureheads. They retained their titles but had little real authority. The Ranas effectively ruled the country. This marked the beginning of the Rana regime, a long period of autocratic rule. The Rana prime ministers ruled Nepal for 104 years. During this time, Nepal remained largely isolated. The Ranas deliberately kept it closed to outsiders. This policy aimed to preserve their power. It also limited foreign influence. While it maintained Nepal's independence, development was slow. Education and infrastructure were neglected for the masses. Power and wealth became concentrated in Rana hands. The common people saw little progress. However, even in isolation, winds of change began to stir. By the early 20th century, discontent was growing. Some Nepalis, educated in India, brought back new ideas. They spoke of democracy and freedom. Secret societies formed, opposing Rana rule. The desire for political reform gained momentum. After World War II, global changes also had an impact. The Rana regime was facing increasing pressure. Its end came in 1951. A new chapter was about to begin. Section 8 to 20th century turmoil, democracy, monarchy and conflict. The year 1951 marked a turning point for Nepal. The century-long Rana autocracy finally ended. Nepal opened its doors to the world. A wave of optimism swept the nation. The country embarked on experiments with democracy. King Tribhuvan played a role in this transition. He returned from exile to popular acclaim. Hopes were high for a more open society. A more representative government was eagerly awaited. However, the path to stable democracy was not smooth. The king retained considerable influence and power. Political parties struggled to establish themselves. There were frequent changes in government. In 1960, King Mahendra, Tribhuvan's son, took a drastic step. He dismissed the elected government. He banned political parties. He introduced a party-less system called the Panchayat. This system concentrated power back in the monarchy. It lasted for 3 decades. Dissatisfaction with the Panchayat system grew over time. People yearned for greater political freedom. In 1990, a popular uprising occurred. This was known as the Jana Andolan, or People's Movement. It forced King Birendra to concede. Multi-party democracy was restored. A new constitution was adopted. There was renewed hope for stability and progress. But challenges still lay ahead for the nation. The political landscape remained complex. The late 20th century brought further upheaval. In 1996, a Maoist insurgency began. It aimed to overthrow the monarchy. It sought to establish a communist republic. This conflict lasted for a decade. It caused immense suffering and loss of life. The country was deeply divided. The traditional political parties struggled to cope. This period was one of great turmoil. It profoundly impacted Nepali society and politics. Section 9. Modern Nepal aspirations and enduring spirit. The early 21st century witnessed monumental changes. The Maoist conflict eventually led to peace talks. A comprehensive peace accord was signed in 2006. A key outcome was the end of the monarchy. The centuries-old Shah dynasty came to a close. In 2008, Nepal was declared a federal democratic republic. A constituent assembly was elected. Its task was to draft a new constitution. This new charter was adopted in 2015. Since becoming a republic, Nepal has focused on rebuilding. It strives for lasting peace and inclusive development. The transition has not been without its difficulties. Political stability remains a key challenge. Frequent changes in government can hinder progress. However, democratic institutions are taking root. There is a strong desire for good governance. The nation works to address social inequalities. It aims to uplift marginalized communities. Nepal's natural beauty is a tremendous asset. The majestic Himalayas attract climbers and trekkers. Tourism is a vital part of the national economy. It provides employment for many people. The country has shown remarkable resilience. This was especially evident after the devastating earthquake in 2015. The world watched as Nepalis helped each other. They began the long process of reconstruction. Their spirit in adversity was inspiring. The greatest strength of Nepal lies in its people. Their warmth, hospitality, and resilience are well known. Despite past hardships, they look towards a brighter future. The nation is a tapestry of incredible diversity. Its cultures, languages, and traditions are precious. As Nepal navigates the complexities of the modern world, this spirit endures. It is a nation with an ancient soul, and it has a youthful aspiration for progress, a truly fascinating land.